Hello, this is Carolyn at Carolyn's Paper Therapy, and I'm back this afternoon to do some more work on my Fall in Love with Fall journals using the Autumn Whimsy digital kits from My Porch Prints. And I'm also using a freebie from My Porch Prints for the leaves and a template for a leaf. And what I've decided finally is to do two separate journals. As you remember, I did two covers. The one you see here with the frame and the brighter colors, dark teal. And this one here with the paler colors. So what I decided to do was two small journals. And this one here is what we'll work on first, and it will have the a little bit bolder colors, but still the lace and trims that make it shabby chic. This is the cover that we did in the previous video, and it has a pocket here on the side with a journal card inside. And I think when I get finished here, after I sew it together, I will do some more trim here with heavier lace just to keep it all together and from ripping out. My last video, I kind of got a little bit too far down on the screen, so I've drawn a line across here with my pencil to try and keep me in frame, because once I've done the video, I can't go back and do it again. So what I've done in the meantime is I put together a couple pages, and we'll film that and see how long it takes, and I may do some more before closing out the video. But since the last video, I went and took the rest of the pages that were inside. I trimmed them down a little bit. They're not even, but it doesn't matter because they're going to be inside. I made sure that they fit inside this cover, and then it's going to have lots of lace and trim and stuff sticking up above, so I didn't measure anything. And all I did was just trim down the top and the sides a little bit so it fit inside here nicely. And I rounded the edges and inked all the edges. So as you can see here, I've done that all the way through. And I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with these white pages. But this in the middle, my plan is to use this smaller section to make two pockets. And then we may have something else that goes right here in the middle. So this is where I am right now. And I wanted to work on the inside front cover for you. And I already have it laid out, but I kind of just wanted to explain my process here. I decided to create a pocket on the inside front cover. And by doing that, I decided to take one of these pages that I had cut out, torn out, if you remember, that were a little bit smaller than the journal pages, and I just ripped it across here to make a top pocket tuck, I guess you might call it. It's a pocket at the top, and then we'll decorate this pocket with some items that I've selected, and then put some tags inside. So for now, I have done this top tuck spot. We'll tuck stuff in this way, and so I'm going to glue right around the edge here. Trying to stay in frame so you can see what I'm doing. I looked at that video after I did it, and I was disappointed that some of the items that I did were kind of off the screen, but you could see them in the video, so I think it was okay. I'm gonna try not to do that again though. There's our tuck spot at the top of the inside front cover. And here's what I picked to go on there. My little girl having her in a sweater with her a cup of cider. This is kind of like a wooden slab with a, I don't know if that's a pie or, I think it's a, oh, I see it. It is a pie. Piece of pumpkin pie, probably. The word autumn and a butterfly. And what I did on this was I decided on that teal color from the ribbon on the front, this ribbon right here. I love these colors together. And I remembered that I had gone and cut up a beautiful top that I had that was a dark teal. This is the lace from it. I was never going to be able to wear it again, and I couldn't throw it away. I couldn't give it away. I couldn't wear it. It hung for years, and so I did go in and cut off all this beautiful lace. So we're going to be using some of this. There's a lot of it, but we're going to be using a little bit of this throughout this journal to pick up the teal color and bring out the bold colors all the way through. Let's see. So what I want to do on here is use these items to decorate this pocket. And I'm going to let her kind of hang down just a little bit over the edge here. So we'll put glue on this top part. I'll just kind of go all the way around the edge and then fill in a little bit. And we'll glue her down something like this. Okay, the next thing would be this. And I think underneath there, I want to put just a little bit of our teal lace. So I'm going to cut out a piece of it. It was really hard for me to cut up this top, but my friend calls me Edward Scissors Hands because I go in and buy stuff at Goodwill and places and come home and cut it up, which is not hard for me to do at all. It's a little bit harder to cut up this top. Anyway, I'm just going to put a little piece of this underneath here to accentuate that color, something like that. And I have my glue gun I'm going to use for this lace. I often wonder about this beautiful lace. If someone, I guess it's done by machine, but it just looks so real, like it's been stitched by hand. I'm going to go ahead and use hot glue on this. So there's our little slab of wood with our pumpkin pie on it. And then I have this word autumn, and I wanted to raise it up a little bit, so I'm going to use my little foam stickers. I think a couple of those will fit on here. They just barely fit, but I could trim them down with scissors if I needed to. When I'm creating, I don't really have an idea to start with always. I just kind of go through the things that are in the papers that I have and just start pulling things out. Let's see. This butterfly here, and of course you can see a lot of the little print in the background gets covered up, but it gives this a frame around the whole item. I want to use just a little bit of this cheesecloth in behind our butterfly. I love the three-dimensional effect. Oops. And I just put that down, and I'm going to trim this back just a little bit right here. And over here. There we go. Now, we finished up our pocket there, and so we want to have something to go inside. And I had chosen just this postcard. These are printed on the back. This one is another one of those where my printer was running out of ink. So I may back this with some other paper, but not right now. I'll just go ahead and use it. I wanted to use this postcard to stick up in here, and then also this beautiful teal with a heart-shaped pumpkin. This is a tag from the kit, and I used just a little piece of our fabric where I cut that lace off of it as a tie at the top. And these just tuck in from the bottom. This pocket is flat enough that it fits in there and nothing falls out. That's our inside front cover. I do think I want some, let's see, I want some sequins. 2 sequins on the butterfly wings. So let me get set up to do that. Put a sequin here. Those 2 spots. I wanted to show you a couple of other things that I found at the Dollar Tree that when I started looking for the teal, I came up with these that I hadn't put away yet. I've got this color of sequins. I mean, what do you call those? Rhinestone-like things. And they have glue on them, so you can just cut out what you need. And I've got them in the gold too. I may come back and put some of that on some of these pieces, but for now, we're done with this page. Okay, over here, I wanted to use one of these this is another one of those pages right here. And I wanted to use it as a flip up for writing space. And again, I'm going to need to stencil or come back and do something on this page so that it has some decorated items. But what I wanted to do was glue this down. I folded down the top about a ½ an inch or so, and I'm going to put glue right here. And line that up with the top of the page and go ahead and glue that down. And then this page here will be tucked in underneath, just like so. So that when you come to this page, you can raise this up right at the top and the bottom. So let me get this bottom page glued down. I use the Bearly Art Glue, and I use the fine tip all the time. I might could save time by using a larger tip in some instances, but it doesn't take much of this glue. And since I started using the fine tip, it really lasts a long time. So that's what I do. So we'll get this in here lined up so that when I close this, it's going to line up. Okay, then I had selected this pumpkin to go up here at the top inside. Again, you can see on the back where my ink ran out, but this one won't show, it's going to be glued down. And I think I'm going to take my pen, and since this has room to write something, I'm going to put I Heart Fall. You can go back and I used to do this when I painted, put dots at all the joints. I kind of like that look. I used to do it with a liner brush and my black paint, and then come back with a stylus and put the dots. And it's an easy way to letter when you don't write very well. But on this journal, I'll just do it with my pen. Okay, so I think this might need some lace across here. And I think I'm going to use the teal, if I have it right here. I just need to cut a little bit more and find the end I was cutting on. I'm actually going to attach the lace onto the very tip bottom of this flap. And I'll use my glue gun again. I have to let it heat up a minute. Up here at the top, I have, I want to put pumpkins down here, and then use this up here with the little pumpkin scene here. And I think I'll go ahead and put my foam tape underneath here. So the word pumpkins will be raised up. When you're doing a journal like this, I don't know about you, but I have kind of a tendency to put all the pockets at the bottom. So my thought on this is to have some at the top, some at the bottom, so that the bulk is kind of evenly distributed in the book. So I want to glue this down with my hot glue. And I'm really just tacking it down any which way. And then I'll put this on top. And then I'm going to put this right across the bottom here. Okay, so that when we come to this page, we can see that it flips up and we can do some writing inside. I'm going to shut off the video just long enough to pull out a couple of other things for this and figure out what to do at the top here. I'll be right back. Okay, after I glued this on the bottom here, I picked out some little charms and used one of our bulb clips on the bottom. There's a leaf and a butterfly and a key. I added some sequins in here. I got this cool lace, I don't know where I got it from, but I dug it out to put on some of our edges. This will stick out past the edge. Very delicate and kind of a, almost has a tea-dyed look. I think it's aged. And then what I wanted to do here, since this is raised up, I want to just tuck a flower and a leaf in here. So let me get that done. When you use the puffy tape there, you can tuck your extras in under there. I just kind of turned up the edges of the flower so it won't just be flat glued down. Gives it just a little dimension. Now, and the last thing I did was I stenciled at the top here for our writing space. I have a few kind of overall stencils like that I think do well for the background, and I just used my Distress Oxide ink and my dabber here to go over the stencil. So that's our inside 2 pages, and I think I'll do a couple more pages and then close out the video. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we finished these 2 pages and I'm back with the next 2. I decided to put a pocket on this page using one of the postcards from the kit. And it looks like it might be just a little bit long. Let me take a little bit off of there. I didn't notice that. And I've already planned it out and inked everything, but I did miss the fact that that was a little bit large. So all I need to do is trim that off and round the corners and ink it up. And then we're going to glue this down on 3 sides. The idea of these junk journals is to me, is to make them beautiful and have all sorts of pockets and tuck spots and interesting things when you flip through to explore. Then some people use them on their coffee table or guest room, or give them as a gift or whatever, but I envision people looking at these and then coming up with an idea. Like I gave one to a friend last week whose mother's in hospice, and she decided that she would write in it some special things that happened during the time that she was there with her mother, so they can be used for a specialty journal where you just pick a theme, maybe an experience you're going through, a vacation you're on, the birth of a grandchild, a birthday party, some scripture, anything you want to use it for. Not necessarily a day-to-day journal, but something that you write special thoughts in that would be kind of nice to look back on, or maybe pass on to your family. So in this pocket, I've decided to put a couple of tags. This tag already has, as part of the artwork, the tie, a jute tie at the top. So I'm just going to put that in there like it is. This one has, it actually has some lines on the front that can be written on, and on the back is decorative. And then I'm going to use this pretty teal ribbon that got me inspired to focus on the teal color in this journal. So let me see if I can get some of it out of there. And I'm just going to tie a bow at the top of this tag. I like using this ribbon because it's not too awfully heavy, so even though my journals tend to get pretty bulky, this kind of mashes flat pretty well. So there's our teal accent. And then I have, let's see, this is what I'm going to put over here. This little tiny thing, word grateful here, I'm going to make into a tiny pocket. So I really need to just go on the edge, or this leaf isn't going to fit in there. So I'm putting the word grateful on here. And then I have this fall leaf that I'm just going to tuck in there. Now on this one I want to use some of that, let's see, I think I do want to use some of this same lace at the bottom. My glue gun is getting tired, so I'm going to have to finish up here pretty soon. I'm going to put this across the bottom of the pocket. And the glue gun is finished, so let me see if I can get my Fabri-Tac going, and we'll put this on the Fabri-Tac. I'm just putting it along the bottom of the pocket. Now once again, when I finish a page like this, I may come back and add some extra decorations on there, more lace, ribbons, some more trim or maybe dangles, but that's it for now on that one. What I wanted to do on this other side was turn this piece here into a belly band. And all I've done is round the corners and inked it, and I'm going to glue at the top and bottom. Now once you put a belly band in there, you can add anything you want to it. You can add, in fact I think I will. I'll take one of my garden book pages. I have this old garden book here, and I'll just pull out one of these pages. Here's a page with a patio on it. And so I'm going to tear that out and ink up the edges. Now what I've done before on these is when there was a picture, I take my colored pencils and color that in. So I may do that on this one too. I'm just going to fold this and put it right in this belly band. And then I have another tag that I'm going to put in there. And it's going to get a, what's it going to get? How about a piece of this jute tied at the top of it? This is something new I bought. It's kind of a, I think I got it in the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. It's twine. It's more of a natural color instead of the dark, and I like that. So we're going to tie this in a bow on this tag. Now this is going to stick out the side, so If I wanted to, I can come back and use a bulb clip and add on some charms, which I may do because I like dangles hanging out the side. I also have another idea for dangles that I'll share later. But there's that. And then I wanted to make a pocket up here out of this Falling in Love with Pumpkin Spice. So let me glue this down as a pocket. So we'll have a pocket on top of our belly band that says Falling in Love with Pumpkin Spice. And then I selected this little journal card that is, rather than painted artwork, it's a photograph, which I kind of like. And I'll stick that in the side since it has a cup of probably pumpkin spice latte. Now this looks like it's finished, but I want to do one other thing. And I hadn't used this before, so we're going to try it. We're going to try it now. I'm going to take these and see how long it needs to be. And I'm hoping that I can glue these rhinestones down the edge here. This is how things come about. You just, you don't have to pre-plan everything. I have to pre-plan a little bit because I'm gonna try to come on here and show you. But as I'm doing the creative process, it's just things that come to my mind or that are laying on my desk. I say, oh, I think that would be neat, or that would be neat. And then you keep adding on until you have this beautiful design. Now, let's see if I can get this on here. And hopefully that's sticky enough to stay on. If it doesn't stay on, I'll come back and add some glue. But isn't that pretty? That pulls out our beautiful teal color. Another thing I want to add is some of that lace down the side of that, the other side there. And I'll put that on with the Fabri-Tac. Very three-dimensional. Fun to explore and find all the little pockets and little leaves stuck in the pockets, these beautiful tags to write on, this belly band with some surprises inside. So that completes our video for this time. We did 4 pages, and that's a pretty good process when you're doing a tutorial. It takes a little longer. If I were just doing a flip through, we could have flipped through the whole thing in just a few minutes, but many of you like to see the items, the elements created as we go. So this is what I've done so far. In the meantime, I may come up with something else to go on these pages, or start to create the next pages. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed and are inspired to create your own Fall in Love with Fall journal along with me, and we'll come back for the future videos. This one is going to be my bright, rich, fall colored journal, and then the next one will, the next Fall in Love with Fall journal from this same kit will be more of the very soft, muted colors that we love so much with our shabby chic. So remember, every day is a gift. Always look for the joy in each day and share it with those you meet along the way. Take some time out every day to have some fun for yourself. The creative process is very almost spiritual. You can get lost in it. If you have troubles, or you have a headache, or you have things that are bothering you, you can set those things aside while you're creating. You get in kind of a zone, and it takes you away from all that. So at least that's what it does for me. So I'll be back before you know it. I'll see you soon.